Hi guys, a new patch has arrived on the 9th of September. That was 2 days ago, and it's called Omen of Singularity. And now I'm going to read and comment. I already played a few games to see how the things are working now, these things that were changed, and commanders that were mostly received most changes were just Gestalt 0 and Gerard. Okay, so let's start. New Vincent's game, Return of Eternal Dynasty. Okay, I tried Vincent's game only once and it was all buggy and couldn't even play, so I don't know much about Vincent's game, so I don't want to comment this. I'll look into this more in the future. Additional mutators. Added a whole lot of new mutators and new Wheels of Misfortune contests. Okay, mutators, I think that from the official co-op, I think the Turkish shot was missing and the sharing is caring, but now this I see this is here. But still no fireworks and lucky envelopes. Okay, and there are some new mutators. I will be doing gradually. I already did some mutators in my videos, and I will be doing them in the future. In the next few days, of course. First, I'm gonna be playing these commanders that were changed. So balance update. Gestalt 0. First, Infiltrator Squad. Shotguns attack speed reduced from 1.25 to 1.75 is a pretty big nerf. Well, let me mention actually that precursors got the Marine Squad also starting armor reduced by 1 and flamethrowers range reduced from 6 to 5, attack speed reduced from 0.2 to 0.3. Okay, a flamethrower was actually pretty powerful, but thing is, when you only have one squad, infiltrator squad at the start, then if they nerf the shotgun, okay, shotgun was pretty powerful, but the machine gun is really bad at 12 damage, and it's not it. They should actually buff if they nerf the shotgun, they should actually buff the machine gun to increase other attack speed or damage it from 12 at least to 15. I would get like 16, 17 maybe. So yeah, because at the start you really don't have much, especially if you have to fight areas. If you go on Nexus battlefield, you have to fight like log benches or something like this. Okay, disintegrator rifle damage increased from 20 to 24. Armor reduction effect reduced from 8 to 4. Okay, armor reduction effect. Okay, this is kind of buff and nerf then. Okay, so practically then, if I understand correctly, this does the same thing to armored stuff, but more damage to non-armored. Then they also have some kind of armor, probably slightly buffed, but alpha sniper rifles damage to biological units increased from 60 to 75. That's okay, buff always good. That watch damage increased from 60 to 95. Bonus damage to bio unit now becomes bonus damage to heroic unit. Okay, this is good. This is good because that watch thing, I was always choosing laser there, and now that watch actually become kind of better because 60 to 95, that's more than 50% increase, and bonus damage to heroic unit. That's good because against bio you already have that sniper thing and a lot of things against bio. So against heroic, that's what really buff was needed. So I think this is actually pretty good. And improve enemy acquisition performance. What is this targeting? I kind of don't understand. Hellfire lasers damage reduced to 85 plus 80 versus massive. I don't actually know what was. I think it was 100. Its range reduced from 9 to 6, but can now attack air unit. Okay, it's nerf and buff, but I think it's actually good because both Infiltrator Squad and Precursor Squad actually had the same thing. like the same that final thing, that laser, and only that precursors the Marine Squad could target air, and Infiltrator don't. So now actually I will choose that laser less, because I have you see that heavy laser cannons range increased from 8 to 10, and mechanic maintenance ability not works properly. So now it's better to actually use that laser with the Marine Squad and use that watch with the Infiltrator Squad, because this only if you kind of lose or don't have enough Marines, then you have to use this laser against air. But I mean, you can even use tier 2 weapon if air is bio. And also, okay, we'll get to this. Okay, I already said that. Starting armor reduced by a flamethrower nerfed. Storm assault rifle damage reduced from 9 to 7. So that's tier 2 weapon. Tier 2 weapon of the Marines, and SAM assault rifle range increased from 8 to 10. So machine gun was nerfed and the anti-air was buffed. Yeah, I was advised not to ever use this thing, because the storm assault rifle is good enough, but now they probably wanted more people to use this assault rifle to make it better. So range is increased, so they can, I mean, it's anti-air, so it's of course good to be range to fight like stuff like Tempest, Broodlords, similar stuff more effectively. Shock cannons damage reverted to 60. Okay, I don't know what's actually was the damage out. Was it buff or nerf? I'm not sure. Area damage reduced. I think it's a nerf, that shock cannon. But heavy laser cannons range increased from 8 to 10, and mechanic maintenance, okay, I already said that. Armor increased by Terminator Exo, reduced from 4 to 3, and damage reduction reduced from 15 to 7.5%. So yeah, that teleport thing was nerfed. Okay, Raider Squad, complete nerf now. I used Raiders at the least, so I don't actually didn't kinda had to feel really that their abilities, but you see basic armor reduced by 1, plasma halberd attack speed reduced from 0.7 to 1.1, flaming crossbows damage reduced to 19. I don't know actually what was it before, +4 versus light. Okay, Thunder Hammer's attack speed reduced from 1 to 1.5, Psionic 1.2, sorry. Psionic Armor's damage reduction is now based on the damage before all other damage reduction effects, and the slowing effect now functions properly. Okay. Damage before all other damage reduction. Okay, this might be even slight buff if I understand correctly. Storm Shell now only increases the armor by 4 rather than 10. Cover commands damage reduction increased from 10 to 17.5%. So this is cover command is the only thing that was buffed, but I really don't like these airstrikes. Not good. They are late, and they took so much time. Cover command is late, and others, like, it's a lot better to just burst in with your squad and kill everything faster than use this. So when I have excess money, excess minerals, then I just it's just always better to spam turrets at tactical locations where they are needed. Okay, so Hammer of God, Photon Pulse cannons attack speed reduced from 3 to 4, missile weapon reduced to 23, missiles per shot, I think it was, what was it, 28, I'm not sure. Fix the description of Gestalt Overseer's weapon. Okay, there's only no changes for the Gestalt Overseer, just fix just the tooltip fix. Yeah, Ragnarok, Terminator damage reduced from 24 to 18, covering fire is called increased to 35 seconds. Fix the description of covering fire. Hellfire flamethrower damage reduced to 12 plus 7 versus bio. Apocalypse pulse cannon splash radius reduced to 1. So mech is nerfed without any changes of Raven, and I think Raven deserved a buff in terms of teleport cooldown. It's 75 seconds, so that's why I always use rather use 2 Ravens instead of a mech, in 3 even sometimes if possible. So yeah, I would buff that by decreasing cooldown from 75 to at least 60, but I would like 30 to 45 would actually be a lot better. So like if it would be like 45 seconds, that would be okay. I would even do to 30 because the mobility is pretty much an issue with the Gestalt Zero. Okay, now we have Tosh. Wraith. This unit has been reworked. Wraith's weapon is now standard issued burst lasers. It's a heavy nerf. It's a reworked Burai missiles. Wraith can now lock on target, firing multiple missiles with gradually increasing attack speed, and target unit gain vulnerability to further damage. Okay, so this actually makes Wraith more of a support unit than the actual damage, because the Wraiths were like OP. Wraiths were one of the best units in the game. They were deleting everything. Now I tried them; they are not nearly that good. Burai missiles must first be researched in tech reactor. I think that was a thing also previous. I don't know. Okay, Night Owl safety field now increases allies' weapon damage by 1, duration increased by 5 seconds. Yeah, I think this Night Owl healing, the Draven healing, deserved a little bit of a buff, so it was buffed. Okay, Valerian. Emancipator siege mode weapon damage increased from 60 to 80, so Liberator damage was increased. Okay, I mean Liberator is even lower because those Liberators have lower damage than even in versus mode, or definitely a lot less than Novas, but you can amass them, so they were, even without buff, they were good, but okay, I mean now they are even better. Bonus effects from the satellite scanner can now be used for 3 times per scan. Oh, so they can even, I think, what's bonus effects for them? I think increased, yeah, I think it's actually increased attack damage, so now they do even more damage. That sure have to check. But anyway, yeah, they are pretty significantly buffed. Terran Battle Carrier. Bonus effects from the satellite scanner enables the battle carrier to fire a Yamato cannon with its next 3 attacks instead of 3 Yamato cannons with the next 1 shot. Okay, so this is to prevent overkill, probably. Probably it's a good thing. Have to test. Didn't test them yet. Okay, Gerard. Gerard, I think, was the most changed. A lot of things. Okay, so, but Gerard was the commander that I played kind of the least. So, Psionic Disturbers maximum life increased to what's Psionic Disturber? In armor increased to 5. Psionic Disturber. That's the thing that captures the units. Okay, to 5. What was it previously? 300 for 350, I think. Okay, yeah, that Psionic thing. Okay, Alpha prototypes maximum life increased by 1500. Though that's the Alpha prototype is the Thor, right? Yeah, the Odin. Virtual core world simulation will now reduce nearby enemy's attack speed by 50%. Okay, that's a buff. Alexander's teleport will no longer cast a fear effect. When called down, it will still cast. Yeah, so when they only when you call Alexander down, it will cast fear. But when it teleports, yeah, it was really OP. Like Alexander was really OP with that thing. Even now it's like strong. It's a little bit of a nerf. Okay, redesigned. I mean, actually can be called significant nerf, but it's still good. I mean, it was OP. Okay, redesigned UAD's mech unit and thermal imaging effects. Rather than limiting thermal imaging to only the interaction between Goliath and siege tanks, we redesigned its mechanism to serve all mech units. So yeah, this thermal imaging. Psionic Disturber and Alpha Prototype will now apply thermal imaging effect to nearby enemy units every 5 seconds. This effect lasts 5 seconds, so it's kind of permanent, it seems. So mech change. Vulture, life increased to 100. It was, I think, 75, like normal Vulture. Resource drop effect now becomes a timed effect on the target unit. If the unit is killed by the player before the effect times out, it will drop some resource. This is really good that they did, because it was previously it was stupid, because you should you would then have to use just vultures because they don't have a lot of damage output, and if something else is in the mix and kills the unit, then it won't matter, and now you can just add a few vultures in the mix, and anything that gets hit by their weapon, if that unit is then killed by other thing, I mean, before the effect times out, it was probably like similar to like toxicness slow or something, like maybe 2-3 seconds, I don't know. They didn't specify, so that will be okay if you push and you add a few vultures to your bio or to your, I don't know, Goliaths or whatever you're pushing with, then you'll be able to harvest more resources from enemies. That I think is good. I have to test to see the effect, but I know why they did, and they really had to do it, because that and you have the mastery for double drop, but I mean that mastery is practically useless if you don't use vultures, and I mean I already explained, you know, why that was a stupid thing. So yeah, practically useless thing with useless mastery. Now it will be good, but I think I'll still use the, what is the other thing that is interfering with that mastery. I can't remember, but I think I'll still use that thing. Okay, Goliath. As some Titan armament now increases Goliath's life by 60. Okay, so yeah, now as some Titan armament, that's, I think you only need to build an armory and then you get this. This is not an upgrade. Life by 60. Okay, that's okay. Hellfire Missile now deal 12 plus 8 versus armored 2 times damage, or with 11 range and 1.1 attack speed. I think this is a buff. Thermal imaging local now enables Goliath each attack to apply thermal imaging effect to enemy units. Okay. So that's kind of more thermal imaging, if I understand this correctly. Yeah, cost increased to, okay. Siege tanks were kind of reworked to be heavier units. I mean, more expensive, but also more durable, more and stronger. Cost increased to 175. I can remember actual cost before. Production time increased to 55 seconds. Supply cost increased to 4, and unit size increased by 15. I think 15%, because of 15 units that would be half a map. Almost. Life increased to but the buff, of course, this is the kind of nerf, because it's more expensive everything, and life increased from 160 to 320, so double. Tank mode weapon damage increased to 30. I think it was, what was it, 18 or plus 18 versus armored tank. The tank mode, I don't know. I think it was no more than 25. I don't know. Can't remember, but okay, if it's increased, then it's increased. I believe that. Siege mode, weapon attack speed increased to 2.2, damage increased to 60. Okay, what is it? 50, just 50. Or it was 60, but less bonus versus armor. I think it was that. Yeah, plus 50 versus armor. So okay. Reworked its upgrades. Okay, Arizona stabilizer. Siege tanks each attack will increase its range by 1 up to 5, and siege will cancel this. So this is kind of Nova thing, like Nova in official Call of Nova's tank. MKM 23 thermobaric shell. When siege tanks is attacking the unit with thermal imaging, will cause an explosion and deal area damage equal to 200% of its weapon damage. This effect has a 15-second cooldown. Okay, this I think is pretty significant. But the game I was playing on Dead of Night, actually the enemy was brooding corruption, so it was just Zerglings and no tanks. I get the Nidus, so I would like to see this, like to work on units like tanks or trains, actually on Oblivion Express, to see for the full potential of that thing, because you know against Zerglings you can't really see the effect. Okay, Valkyrie. Valkyrie, that's not I mean, it looks like it says it's called Viking. So this is kinda it looks like Valkyrie, but it's when you click on unit it's called Viking, so it's kinda confusing. And it definitely seems not anything like a Valkyrie in the Brood War. Okay, life increased to 200, armor increased to 2. Okay, that's good. Cost increased to 25, 220. Supply cost increased to 3. Okay, that's not good. Okay, rework the weapon. The missile now deals 68 damage with 7 range and 5 attack speed. Like this is okay, not splash damage. This is more like Tempest or something. Reworked its upgrades. Mississippi precision strike when Valkyrie hits a unit with thermal imaging, its next attack will ignore the armor. Valhalla Guide, Valkyrie can call down a warhead to deal 50 area damage. With 10% chance, this warhead will deal 300% damage with 100% increased radius. This ability has a 15-second cooldown. Okay, I have to test this yet. Science Vessel, energy regeneration increased by 50%, defensive matrix shield increased by 100%, healing effect from irradiate now can stack up to 3 stacks, and this irradiate is really cool stuff. You can heal mech, and you can you can go. I did it on that when I was cleaning mass battle cruiser, and it heals a lot, and it heals splash, and also you can do it like I don't know if you play Brood War, you may see this on Artosis streams, like he when he plays against Zerg, like against Zerglings, then he just irradiates his own science vessels, and of course that way is to clear the Zerg. That's actually pretty good way also to use it here. Then it both heals and deals damage. That's pretty good. You can also apply on enemy units, then it just deals damage. Of course. Irradiate deal 100% more damage to units with thermal imaging. Okay. Battle Cruiser ATX laser damage increased to 12. What was it before? I think like normal Battle Cruiser. What's the damage? 8. I think attack speed reduced. Attack speed is reduced to point. It was. What was it? I don't know actually. Attack speed, but I noticed that they fire kind of slower, but okay, they deal more damage. Yamato cannon's damage increased to 60. Ooh, that was okay. I didn't even notice. I mean, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of infested, but it was 35 before. But attack speed reduced to 1.6. Okay, I think the attack speed was 1 or even 0.8. But yeah. They fire slow. I actually like the previous option before, because they also have that MI cannon group. That's actual Yamato that deals 150 damage, so only half of the kind of normal Yamato. Reduced to 8. I don't like this. Why does it have to reduce the range? And deals 100% more damage. Okay, so now it deals 300 with thermal imaging, but why did they have to reduce the range unlike this? Okay, reworked elite agent mastery. That's really good. Elite agent's charge cooldown now reduces 1 second charge cooldown per point. Okay, 1 second. It was only 0.5, I think, or it was more. No, I think it was 0.5. And each point, or it was in percentage. I think this is a lot better than it was before. 1 second. Yeah, it is. Each point will additionally give 0.05 life regeneration in the out of combat, so that means that it would be 1.5 life regeneration per second. That's really big for bio, because you don't need medics to. I mean, and even medics. Okay, we'll get to that. Guard of Polar weapon damage reduced to 10. I think it was 12 before. Yeah, the Marines, but range increased to 7. What, from 6? And no longer ignores armor. Okay. I think overall this is maybe slight nerf. But Boots of Hermes. Boots of Hermes. What's Boots of Hermes? It's Reapers. Cloaking effect from landing increased to. I think life increased to 125. Okay. Okay, this is a buff. Shield of Athena, the medics. Vespin cost reduced by 100. Wait, what was it before? By 100, it was 150, so it's only 50, I think. Healing speed increased by 50% and regenerates 4 energy per second when not healing. 4 energy per second, that's a huge thing. 4 energy per second, that's okay, the medics were buffed the most, so obviously. Plus, if you use the mastery, then it's okay. Flame of Hestus jetpacks assaults no longer. Wait, Flame of Hephaestus. This is the firebats, right? But okay, if they have you have mastery, that then you don't need this, and you have stronger medics. Eye of Hades, Orphos satellite cannon column reduced to 30 seconds. Ooh, yeah, I noticed that, but I didn't pay actually attention. It was 90 seconds before, I think. That's the thing that deals 300 damage. Orphos satellite cannon, yeah. I think it was 90 seconds, now it's 30. Okay, that's huge. I did bio on I did a challenge, elite agents only on Rifts to Core Hull before this, but there are a lot of changes. I think I might do it again. And I have to check my video actually to see what was the enemy composition. Maybe I can choose. What was the enemy? Maybe I can go against the exact. Yeah, I remember it was ground Zerg, but lurkers or Ravager. I think it was lurkers. Have to check. And with this, Eye of Hades weapon damage increased to 29 plus 10 versus light. Okay, lockdown range increased by 2 and duration increased by 50%. Okay, so lockdown is buffed. Cost increased to 500. Yeah, but cost was increased, and it was like what 300 or 4 I think. So yeah, they are more elite now. Okay, so but I think still it's a buff, because this Orphos satellite cannon can deal pretty big damage to the clumped up units, like 300 damage. Not the biggest of the radiuses, but I mean multiple ghosts, especially if it's air unit, but even ground, like it does a lot. So it's okay. Bug fixes and quality of life changes. You can now combine random mutator with custom mutator together. Double the chaos, double the fun. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, show you. And I'll be playing. We also removed some impactful mutators from the random mutator pool, making the gameplay immediately smoother. Yeah, probably the heretics. You know, if you get the heretics are hard enough on their own. You know, so. Yeah, okay. Reworked translation for Commander Nefesh and fixed a lot of translation issues. The other commander's translation will be overhauled gradually. Okay. Okay, so that's it, guys, for this patch. I will be testing the stuff in the next few days. I'll be playing a few games with this. So, yeah, this is pretty good that we have these patches less than 3 months after the previous patch. We have another one. This is how it should go, because in official core Blizzard does nothing. So, yeah, big thanks to these guys. Okay, and big thanks also to you guys who watched this. You had patience to watch this until the end of the video. So like and subscribe if you liked it, and watch my other videos too. Stay tuned for more content, and see you guys.